Hello, my name is Gustavo Gallardo,
And I'm Madison, Casiano.
and this is the future of video games and education.
To start off with the abstract, video games are well known for being a source of entertainment in this current year, especially in this current year, given the pandemic that has been going on for quite a while. And so, if one were to look at the market for video games, they would be clear, they would be able to see how clearly they were made to be nothing more than a sense of entertainment and would have basically no educational value. However, in the current years, people have been to discover that, there are some video games that are specifically made to teach and to like, teach subjects and life lessons that some people wouldn't normally be able to experience on their own. And so what what we do with this is that we decided to test and see how much educational value can we get out of video games. And we did so by creating a video game of our own and running a pre-test and post-test to see if there is a clear result that video games can be used in the education system.
A little background on our project. Basically, we all know that video games are known for entertainment and relaxation, but what our mission is we're trying to use those video games that are known for relaxation and entertainment more for a better purpose. This purpose would be for teaching aspects. So what we're trying to do is trying to get these games that people know that use for relaxation. For example, like a very long day at work, and you know that whenever you go to your console and you press that X button and you're playing that game that you love, you know that all that stress and that bad day just melts away. But what we are trying to do is basically that, but for education. We're trying to use video games to use them to for students to so they could better understand simple concepts.
And the method that we're using to essentially test this is that, as I said before, we created a math-based video game and we sent it out to people who were 18 and over in order for them to play and essentially try and, do some math problems with the video game. And so before we sent the video game, we sent the subjects a pre-test that they needed to take before they could get access to the game. And so once that was completed, they were sent the game and were required to play it for about 20 to 30 minutes just to see like how far they could get and how many problems they could solve. And once that was over, we then sent them a post test. And with that post test, we were able to measure how much they learned and how much, educational value they got out of this math-based video game.
Let's talk about some of the results and also some of our data that we collected. To first off, to begin with, we did also create a survey asking students also and adults as well to see if they got any educational or any learning experience from video games in the past when they played them. And as you can see, they did say yes, they did learn some things without them noticing while playing the video game. So that's already a good, that's already a positive on our side where we could use video games to teach and use them to help students understand concepts that maybe they might not understand the regular way or the other way. As you could see, many people are different. Many people don't learn the same. If, for example, if I'm a visual learner and my partner is more of a hands-on type of learner, then of course our studying might be different. The way we're learning, of course, is always going to be different. That's why we want to use these video games as a different tool for students to, help them out. But talking about our results, as you can see at the bottom middle corner or bottom corner, you can see that there's a picture of our first level. So when creating our first level, we wanted to make something easy, something simple, something for the students or for the player to have enough time to understand what they're doing and also understand have like enough time to solve the problem on top of them while they're trying to go through the course. And as you could see, it was very successful when we did that, because when we created the video, that first level, we were trying to keep in mind that maybe it's the first time, well, of course, the first time that they're ever playing the game, but we're also still giving them enough time to think about what the answer and how to solve the question. Of course, it wasn't some hard algebra, try to find X. No, it was something simple by just multiplying negatives and positives together. Something simple like that, of course. And then later on, of course, we tried to up the difficulty in level design, and also when it came to equations as well, because we want to challenge them. We want to see if this is actually a benefit to them. If we're just making easy, simple levels, it's not going to help. We're not going to see any results, because they're going to feel fine, because they already know the material. That's why we, when creating the second through the fifth level, we try to make the course a little harder, a little bit less time for them to, you know, think about what they're doing. And as you can see, it worked out amazingly. So what I'm trying to say is that we did get some positive results when it came to this video game.
And so in conclusion, we found that video games can be an educational tool that can be used to help students. You know, if let's say if a student is falling behind, then it's possible we can implement video games into the system as a way to help those that are having difficulty understanding the subject matter. And additionally, let's say, you know, students don't understand the life in poverty or such. We can make video games that are tailored to help them understand that, you know, to help students learn how to maybe even do taxes or how to manage their money. Video games can be phenomenal if tailored to the right subject. And so what we want for, you know, future education system members to know is that, you know, maybe look into video games, or maybe even have new companies spring up and produce video games made to be put into schools to help students. And so we just firmly believe that video games should be implemented in the education system.
Here are some acknowledgements, some people that we would like to say thank you, because without them, this would not be possible. So let me first start with Dr. Nora Garza, the Vice President of Resource Development and the External Affairs. She's also part of the Department of Resources and Development in Laredo College. Ms. Rosemary Aguero Rojas, the LEAPS Project Director, and also part of the Department of Resources and Development in Laredo College. Then our faculty member, our faculty mentor, Nerestos Rafael Serrato, our faculty member, also part of the Computer Science Department. Then we would also like to give thanks to Ms. Gabriela Solis Cavazos, the undergrad research coordinator, Department of the Research and Development in Laredo College. And then also we would like to give an awesome thank you to the funding by the Hispanic Servings Institute, also known as the Title III STEM and projects title, LEAPS, for their help and funding to try to see if we can ask and experiments and see if we can get results through our project. I would also love to give thanks to our student mentor, Ms. Marisol Valdez. And lastly, and but not least, an awesome thank you to everybody who gave us their time today to look at this video. Madison and I are very grateful. Thank you. Have a nice day.